This is the men's room.
Forget it, man, and get with the countdown. Shake this square world and blast off for Kicksville. The trippers, the grasshoppers, the hip ones, all gathered in secrecy and flying high as a kite.
You're listening to the men's room with Miles and Thrill.
Say hello to our listeners. Jumping on now on 98.5 K-Fox, the South Bay's Classic Rock in San Jose, California. Also our listeners at Portland's Classic Rock, 92.3 KGON, and our newest affiliate, hello, Tennessee and Chattanooga, Rock 105, Chattanooga's rock station. Big show for you today. The return of Who Sucks Less coming up. The word goes tomato and tomato as far as how you pronounce certain foods. And today on the question, we want to know, what was it that gave you the heebie-jeebies? A man had his limbs amputated after getting the lick of death, they say, from a dog. Meanwhile, a guy and his girlfriend are celebrating Meemaw's 80th birthday at a lovely seaside restaurant in New Jersey. Mm-hmm. And then all of a sudden, look out, his girlfriend sees a live worm basically pop up and out of her cod. And he films it from there. It gains a little, as they say, what do they call that on the internet? Well, it goes viral. So mm-hmm. Yeah, the worm.
Gains some traction.
What was it that gave you in the restaurant not happy? What was it that gave you the heebie-jeebies? 844-999.
Well, to be fair, Miles, they simply wanted to point out that 99% of the time you eat there are not living worms.
Maybe
in
they
their
should
food.
do like what IHOP does, like just change the entire dynamic of the thing. You know, like just like, oh, now we're going to be known as wormies.
Right.
Come down to wormies.
If you find worms in your fish, it's on us.
That's one of those things. Somebody years from now will be like, it's good luck.
Oh, if you find a worm in your fish, it means good luck.
That's like I told you a couple summers ago in Maryland, I was eating an oyster and there was a baby crab in it. My buddy was like, just eat it. It's great luck. And then when basically the same look you're giving me when I asked other people about it, I've never heard that.
No, I haven't either. No.
But if you say that to anything, people believe
okay.
It. Really?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, totally. A bird pooped all over me.
Yeah, if you put a staple in your forehead, it's good luck. Hello, George. Welcome to the men's room.
Hola, bitches. How you doing?
We're doing well.
Okay, well, I have a comment first. My son lives in Laurel, Maryland.
Okay.
And we're going to go back there, actually, September 11th. And
what a great day to fly to Laurel, Maryland.
Yes, exactly.
Jeez.
That's the best time of the year to be there.
If you don't know, it's right outside of Washington, D.C.
No, I've been there, and I've been there on Thanksgiving before, and that's not the time to be there.
No, that is not. You're right.
But anyway, I got to teach him how to say Coors.
Cures? Does he say cures?
But you got to remember, Miles.
Yeah, see, you guys don't get it. But anyway, this buddy of mine.
Hang on, before you mess that up too. Miles was referencing like West Virginia.
West Virginia.
If you say cures like that in Maryland, you're going to look like a whack job.
Yeah, exactly. This is
No, but see, that's how he says it though. That's what I mean.
Does he say cures?
Yes.
Oh, no, a lot of people do, yeah. I mean, it's
Cures.
Yeah. I'm going to get a cure. I'll take a Cures Light.
No, it's not a cure.
That's what he says.
Cure.
I want a Cures Light.
Cure. It'll cure you. It'll cure what ails you.
Cures Light. Yeah. Well, anyway, I'm a retired engineer on the railroad, and when we used to get attaboys at work, they used to give us free Subway sandwiches. So in Georgetown, there was a Subway shop. I don't know if it's still there. I haven't been down there for a few years. But anyway, they didn't have those, what do you call them, snot guards or spit guards on them?
Sneeze guards. Snot guard.
No,
Damn.
This is like in the mid-'90s or early 90s. And Mike and I both had a coupon. Well, not a coupon, but the manager gave us a free sandwich. So we go down there, and I said, I don't like Subway because, to me, Subway, everything, I don't care. I'm not being mean to them, but I think everything there tastes the same.
Okay.
So anyway, he went in there, and he's ordering the sandwich, and the guy is, putting the stuff on, and all of a sudden this big-ass green worm come crawling through the lettuce. And Mike looks down and he goes, hey, is that guy supposed to be in there? and the guy says, I don't think so. And he took his tongs and he smashed it. And took the tongs back and went and started making the rest of a sandwich.
Well, no wonder you have a perception like you do.
I said, I don't think I want one.
Yeah.
So
Anyway, that's my story.
Yeah, that's great.
It don't beat your story. You had the best story, actually.
who?
Miles with his worm.
Oh, that was just a tapeworm that I pulled out of my ass.
Yeah.
What was it that gave you the heebie-jeebies? 844-999-OLA.
I thought of a simple one we've all had, right? If you're eating like a hamburger and you get like that crunch
Yeah.
of like
that hard something.
yeah, and it's just like that crunch shouldn't be in there.
No.
You know what I mean? Like to me, that's always a heebie-jeebie moment. Any food that like the texture's off.
You don't have any metal fillings in your mouth, do you?
I do not.
Okay, if you do, back in the day, sometimes you would accidentally maybe forget aluminum foil on something, or you'd accidentally get aluminum foil in your mouth.
Yeah.
And I mean, the aluminum foil with whatever they filled your teeth with, the whatever connection that made, like your whole mouth would like feel like this like a electric zap of like paralysis. I can't even describe the pain. Like, oh God! Oh.
I never did that, but I realized, like, if I chew on aluminum foil, which I only do to disturb other people, I want to be clear. It's not like a habit of mine, but people freak out, man.
Yeah, it's not.
I guess it's like nails on the
because you
chalkboard
know
or
what
something.
could possibly
Yeah.
happen if you've ever had a cavity and a filling like that.
Oh, yeah.
What was it that gave you the heebie-jeebies? 844-999-OLA.
Hello, Rich. Welcome to the men's room.
Hola, gentlemen. How you doing today?
Hola.
What's up, Rich?
Anyway, yeah, this is the driver for the Lucid Lion Pride Party Bus.
Oh, hello, Rich. How are you, sir?
And we're going to be a pain in the grass, I found out.
Oh,
anyway, back in the 70s, I was a volunteer firefighter in the UP Fire Department in University Place, and we had a fire in a small house, and one of the back windows got busted out, and they said, hey, we need somebody to go back there and guard it so nobody gets in or out. I said, yeah, I'll do it. So I go back there. Well, that happens to be the room where the guy who was smoking in bed started the fire. So I look in there, and this guy looks like a piece of crispy fried chicken. I mean, he is done up good. So not that big of a deal.
Well,
so
I
these
guess
guys all
fried chicken off
Damn,
the menu
Rich,
tonight.
let me ask you, honey, what would you go, the honey mustard dipping sauce or more of a barbecue guy? Where are you?
kind of like probably barbecue guy.
Oh,
I was
okay,
waiting
all right.
for something to happen.
Sure.
So anyway, the guys come in, the chief and everybody, they're inspecting. This is the days when the video camera sat on your shoulder, had the big pack. So they're taking all the videos and everything and watching. And it's not too bad. I'm doing okay. But then all of a sudden, it starts to get dark out, and these guys all leave. They all walk out the door. And I'm sitting here with this guy all alone, and this guy's looking at me in a burn-up eyes, and there's nobody around. I'm just waiting for something to move. And he's right there. It's like, oh, don't move, please. Don't
Rich,
move.
can you spread some cocoa butter?
they think-
I'm feeling ashy.
They think I'm dead. This is an insurance scam.
Oh, God.
I have really dry skin, Rich. Rub the Jergens on it.
Thanks, guys. I can't wait to see you pain in the grass.
That's it, man.
See you, Rich.
Good times.
Yeah, I guess if you're guarding a dead person with their eyes open.
Looks like you've been on a rotisserie.
God damn.
What,
Rich, I'm itchy.
what was it that gave you the heebie-jeebies? 844-999-OLA.
What do you have to stand guard over a burned
don't
up?
know.
Like, who wants that?
Mine.
Right. Finders keepers, man.
Oh, man.
Hello, Kyle. Welcome to the men's room.
Hola, bitch, hola.
Hola.
All right, so it's the early 80s. I'm about 5, and Dobermans were all the rage. I don't know if it was Magnum PI or what, but
I don't know what it was either. We often talk about that.
Ted and I, listen.
We saw one today, and I said, "Did you see that Doberman?"
I said it didn't. First thing I said to Ted, when I was growing up, he's like, I know. They're all over the place. He said, same thing with me. There was a time when Dobermans were the dog, and now they're just not.
And the thing about a Doberman was that if it ran and it jumped on you or one of your friends and it attacked you, they were so fast. But the thing was, they jumped, and it looked like they jumped like 20 feet from where they were,
man,
and they just fly through the air, man, with their mouth open, and they just grab a hold of your arm, like, ah!
I think as a child, most of my dog interactions that were unpleasant, Doberman probably
They fly.
80% of the
They
time.
absolutely fly through the air before they strike. It's amazing.
yeah, just giant chihuahuas, really. Yeah, so we had one, and
Giant Chihuahua.
Like if a Chihuahua turned into the Hulk, it becomes a Doberman.
Mean.
yeah, so I'm a latchkey kid. I'm in first grade. I come home, and my brother's about 5 years older than me, so he's probably 10, 12. I don't know how old he was, but yeah, and he was a bully. So anyway, he's like, "Oh, hey, the dog had puppies." I'm like, "Oh yeah." He goes, "Well, you need to get in there and clean it up." And so I go in there and check it out. But so the dog had puppies a few days before, but it was her first litter. so she killed him.
What?
Oh.
And it's not like she just laid on him and smothered him, but she chewed him up.
Wait, are you telling me like that's something Dobermans do? Like, well, the first litter you eat them.
I think it happens with different types of animals, or it's their first litter. I don't know if they don't know what to do. Dobermans aren't super smart anyway, but
I can't pay for all this college.
Look at this.
so-
What am I going to do on my own? Oh, my goodness.
so-
the only thing I can think of now, I mean, I had sex with him. He told me that he loved me. Then he jumped over a fence, and I never saw him again. So now what am I going to do? I got to eat him. Oh, my God, I got to eat him.
Yeah, so I go in there and I'm bawling, right? I'm not.
Oh, sure.
So
You're
I'm
in
there
first
bawling,
grade.
but I had to pick up like heads and legs and
Oh.
torsos because she had probably 6 puppies. I don't know how many parts I picked up. It was pretty brutal. And
This is I ran over a whole nest of bunnies with a lawnmower, man, and the underneath side of that lawnmower was disturbing.
Yeah,
It really
because
was.
they were bunnies.
It was like just
and now they're
it was-
bunny
it
paste.
It was all horrible. So did she ever have a litter?
just that one that I remember. I guess if she had another one, they probably made it. But I don't know that week. I think my mom turned it into a guard dog for her business or something like that.
Oh, good idea.
I don't know, man. I just
What?
Googled it real quick.
All right. What do
I don't
you
think this line's going to make them feel better. It says cannibalism is rare in dogs.
Well, that was the 80s. That dog is long gone. It's not like that dog's still around anymore.
Yeah, there was plenty of pieces left, so I don't know that she ate them. Maybe she just aggressively cleaned them.
Yeah.
Maybe,
that's what it was.
you know what? I hate to go darker, but maybe they didn't survive. So
Oh, then she ate them? Are you trying to put like some nice spin on this?
That went
She
bad.
ate her kids, man, and there were dog bits left. That's the hard truth of it.
sounds like we're up against that break.
Oh, yeah. What was it that gave you the heebie-jeebies? Yes, we are. 844-999. Ola, more of your calls coming up. You are listening to the Men's Room Radio Network.
Welcome back to the Men's Room with Miles and Thrill.
It was a rough National Avocado Day for Chipotle. Not only were its servers overloaded with customers' requests for the free guacamole, yet again, they face scrutiny about food safety. Reports of food poisoning led to a restaurant near Columbus, Ohio, to close entirely on Monday. This article from Fortune.com. The Delaware County Health Department received hundreds of calls complaining of symptoms attributed to eating at that particular restaurant. The department inspected the
I
restaurant.
can't stop pooping.
They gave it the green light to reopen, but noted that it is continuing an investigation of possible foodborne illness, with stool sample kits given to 33 residents with the symptoms.
We're not saying you have anything to worry about, but here's a handy stool sample
I
kit.
feel terrible. Here, poop in this bag.
We're not saying you have anything, but poop in the bag.
Yeah.
And then give us the bag.
Nausea, vomiting, diarrhea, please call 740-3. Jesus, and speak to a member of the disease team.
Are you pooping uncontrollably? Did you eat at Chipotle? Come on down.
You know what the worst part is? It's like a couple buddies or a couple went there, and one of them said, "Are you sure about your?" And they were like, "Yeah, dude, everything's
Don't worry
fine."
about it. It was in 2015.
It was, right, it was years ago.
No, but, hey, man, I can't stop pooping, bro.
What was it that gave you the heebie-jeebies? 844-999-OLA.
Hello, Elise. Welcome to the Men's Room. Hello.
Hola. And you go.
Goodbye. Hello, Daniel. Welcome to the Men's Room.
Hola, gentlemen.
Hola.
So I got a little backstory before I go into my story. Growing up, I had 2 older sisters, and they like to scare the crap out of me. My oldest sister, she made a doll, and she called it Mary, and she would paint, like, the lips black, and she made it look super scary. Well, she would leave it in my room every night for 2 years. And ever since then, I don't like dolls. I'm very superstitious about stuff like that. It scared the crap out of me.
Were they like porcelain dolls that she was painting on?
No, it was like, one of those like baby dolls. But like what she did is she dyed the hair black, she cut it, and she did all kinds of creepy stuff to it. When you're 8 years old, that kind of stuff scares you.
Well, sure. Would she put it in different places in your room?
Like, so my sisters would crawl into my room while I was sleeping, and place the doll somewhere like by my head or, at the foot of my bed.
I know that's terrible,
look,
man.
How much older were your sisters than you?
My oldest is 4 years older than me, and my other's 2 years older.
God, they hated you.
Yeah. So, I at one point I threw the doll away, and my sister grabbed it out of the trash and put it back in my room that night. And so she stopped that, but ever since then, like dolls, anything, like I get jump scared pretty easy in a sense. So, it's 4 o'clock in the morning yesterday, going to work. Nobody's up in my neighborhood at all. It's the same thing as usual every day. Well, I get in my car and I look in the rearview mirror, and one of my neighbors' grandmas is sitting in a wheelchair right under the street light, just staring at my car.
Spooky.
It's 4 in the morning, so I'm like, oh God, what the heck? So I start backing up and I go to work. Well, as I'm driving by her, she's just following me. Her head I can see her head following me as I'm driving by. And it actually messed me up pretty good yesterday. Everything me at work. I work construction, so you can't be startled by stuff.
Wait a minute. Wait. This is 4 o'clock in the morning. I don't care who you are. Okay, it doesn't matter about your sisters with the dolls, man. If it's 4 in the morning and there's an old woman that I don't know sitting in a wheelchair under the street lamp, and the only thing she does is stare me down, it creeped me the hell out, too.
But I think it helps that your sister traumatized you so much. Do you watch horror movies?
No, because of that.
All right, okay. Do they have any idea of the what they instilled in you? Do they have any idea what they've done to you?
Oh yeah, no. So we laugh about it now, but it's still something that is part of me now. Were you ever able in any capacity to be able to get them back on any level? I get my sister back now, but I scare the crap out of her all the time. But
good. Okay.
Listen, get ahead of them in that aspect.
Kids, if a sibling's bugging you, brush your butt with their toothbrush and tell them a week from now. Mm-hmm. All right, but here's my question. Seriously, it works every time. Like, they do whatever they do, then at some point you drop it on them. Like, I've been brushing my butt with your toothbrush.
Sorry.
So all the stuff you've been doing, ass breath. So why was that old lady outside by herself in a wheelchair under a street lamp at 4 a.m.?
I have no idea. Those neighbors moved into the neighborhood maybe a few months ago. So I've seen the neighbors, but I've never seen this lady.
Never seen Meemaw until now.
You should ask her, because you know what they're going to tell you?
Until yesterday morning.
I'm not trying to mess with your head, but you should ask them, and they'll be like, Meemaw died 5 years ago under that street light.
Well, and there's a point where like old people get to a point where they don't even realize that they're showing skin. Like they get to the gown years,
yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, and it's gapping, and you can like hey, it's like hospital living. You know what I mean? Like you're like, hey man, you can put something on underneath all that stuff. You know what I mean? Like you can wear like
they're not
underwear
stupid.
And like a bra.
I think they know exactly what they're doing. I think it's that way.
I'm old freedom.
They just want to get back in the world. Makes you uncomfortable to see this, doesn't it?
What was it that gave you the heebie-jeebies? 844-999. In no disrespect, there is a certain smell when you walk into a senior home, at least that I remember growing up. I'm sure it's changed. Maybe the smell has changed.
Not. There's actually a smell. I looked this up a while ago.
It's like
all old people kind of smell the same, but there's actually
a smell,
a chemical breakdown as you get older. I don't remember the chemical.
You know what? It
breaks down, but that's why, generally speaking, if you go to someone's grandparents' house, a nursing home, visit, there's like this kind of similar smell that you can't figure out. And there's actually some chemical that breaks down in the human body as you get older. And so the truth is, old people do smell weird. I mean, you don't think they smell weird. They actually smell weird.
Well, that, and then the facilities are just getting cleaned all the time.
Well, sure.
Yeah.
But
you throw on like some... Well, it's not a great
sanitizer
mixture.
And pre-death.
My daughter does a music recital at one every Christmas, and you go in there, and you're like, "This is really nice." The kitchen and stuff. It's much different than the one I remember going into younger when you were like in Boy Scouts. It would seem like when you get old, you go into an insane asylum.
Right. Yeah.
What was it that gave you the heebie-jeebies? 844-999-OLA.
Dude, I walk by I don't know call it a nursing home because they seem like they're moving around all right, but it's obviously older than a retirement community.
Older than a retirement community.
Well, retirement
don't they call that a graveyard?
No, because retirement community, If you have a parent going into one, you have to be very specific on what you call these things.
What are the
Retirement community just means you're retired, you're still active.
Gotcha. Okay.
Nursing home means like you need help.
Okay.
So this one is somewhere in between that, right?
All right.
But they have like a outside glassed-in area where they're like eating lunch sometimes when I walk by. So there's one older lady. Every time I see her, she gives me a nice smile and a wave. And today she gave me a wave and then a fist pump.
Oh, really?
And I've been pumped all day.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was like, go get them, Tigers! Made my damn day.
What was it?
Let her know.
That gave you the heebie-jeebies, 844-999-OLA.
Ted, in a week, she's going to start throwing up gang signs.
Right? Oh, he's from D.C.
Hello, Jason. Welcome to the men's room.
Hey, how you? Hola, Bichola.
Hola.
Hey, just to go back on the whole old people thing. Ran as a paramedic. I was a combat medic for a while. Ran as a paramedic, and the smell that old people emit.
Yeah,
it's urine. That's what you smell in nursing homes. It's stale old urine.
It's urine. Oh, so all right, okay. So it's like you smell it. Like when your cat peed somewhere in the house.
Dude, it's nothing fancy. It's just pee. That's all it is. It's stale pee. That's why
Yeah.
like maple
It's
syrup
pee.
all over the place.
Science, it's pee.
Well, thank you for cutting to the quick on that.
In layman's terms,
Anywho,
they
my
pee
story.
themselves.
Years ago, back home, I'm originally from Pittsburgh. There was a local watering hole we used to go to had for wings, right? And there was a waitress that all of a sudden wasn't there anymore. Couldn't figure out why. And my sister and I were sitting there for lunch one afternoon. She says, "Do you remember this girl?" I says, "Yeah." She goes, "So I just found out. Apparently she ended up with some sort of an infection in her mouth, and nobody could understand where it was from. So she goes to the doctor, right? And the doctor's there, and he's totally dumbfounded because he tells her that this is only it's a mite, like little tiny bugs in her mouth. And what was perplexing about it was the fact that they only find those specific mites on dead bodies.
Oh.
Wait. Here's the punchline. Her boyfriend worked at a funeral home.
Oh!
There we go. That was the moment I was waiting for. There.
Boom! Boom! Boom goes the Quaker steak wings.
There, good for you.
Get out of here.
She told you the story while you're eating wings.
Yes, at that restaurant.
What's
God, man, that ruined the chicken wing.
I ran as a paramedic. It takes quite a bit to turn my stomach.
Okay, but
necrophilia do that.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, but yeah. So she had dead wiener mites in her mouth.
Ooh.
Dead wiener mite. I'm pretty sure that's the proper medical
need a refill?
name.
No, I'm good. I'm good on my soda.
You have dead wiener mites in your mouth, and that's the problem. See,
what was it that gave you the heebie-jeebies? We're asking 844-999-OLA.
I'm just thinking anyone who dates anyone that now works in that industry is like, oh my God. My only advice: buy some Listerine. Buy Listerine. Hello, Elise. Welcome to the men's room.
Hi, y'all.
Hola.
All right. Well, my husband got a skin parasite on our honeymoon, and we didn't know this until about 2 weeks after we get back. As we're sitting there watching TV, and a very excitable engineer as he is, happens to look down at this mosquito bite, and there's something moving in there.
Oh, no.
So this is about 15 years ago at the dawn of the Internet. We had heard a little bit about this. Our jungle guides all have these. They're called thought flies. And essentially it's a larva that hatches after a while. And so internet and about this, there's a couple ways to get rid of them. Like a tick, you can either put Vaseline on them to suffocate them, or the method that I voted for was put raw meat on there so they have something better to eat and leave you and eat the meat.
Is that what you did? Did that work?
Oh, no. He chickened out and did the Vaseline.
So so what do you do, pop them out?
Well, we had to have it extracted. They have little barbs, so we have to go to the doctor, and we call the nurse. And, of course, this is a Sunday night. You only get the nurse on call, and she says, well, I don't know, but call your veterinarian. They won't know more about worms than we do.
I know that. Why wouldn't you just try a piece of bologna on the, wrap a...
wait.
Wear a bologna, you know what I mean?
But wait, how long would that take if I put a steak on this egg thing that's moving around in my leg? How long does it take it to get out of my leg and go into the meat?
I guess what quality of steak you buy, huh?
Wow, they're that picky, huh?
All right.
Where did you guys go on vacation?
Belize, Central America, in Guatemala, in the jungle.
I believe in life after love.
So you got it in Belize. Okay.
Yeah.
And
Great souvenir.
so did they take it out of his leg, I guess, that night?
Well, we went in the next day, and the nurse did take us, but she told us to come in by the dumpsters in the loading dock. She didn't want us in the waiting room with other patients.
Yeah. I don't blame her.
Wait, because it looked that gross?
Yeah. No, because he's got maggots and he's got flies in his arm.
Yeah, but no one knows that. No one knows why you're necessary. I mean, if you had a bullet wound to the face, like, hey, I know why you're here.
Where do you go? Where are you on the ER scale? Because I know there's a secret ER scale. I know they got a code, like
danger,
depending on how you come in, like who gets top priority, who gets top billing.
Yeah.
You know, it's not like going to McDonald's where they just serve you as you come in. I mean, the ER, like they have a
Thrill
chart.
can attest. We've seen one of the highest charts.
You have?
Yeah. You got a back of your head split wide open.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Right.
You know, I'm going to say this.
Okay.
Walked in with Ted, it was like VIP service.
Yeah.
But then was offering champagne. I will say, and this is kind of sad, my daughter, she busted the back of her head open. It was a couple of years ago. She busted the back of her head open, blood everywhere. You know she's going to be okay, but she's a little kid. There's lots of blood. So I wrap her up in a towel, and now we're all at the hospital, okay? So there's a woman in front of me kind of waiting to register herself in, if you will. Mm-hmm. She looks back at me, and I'm holding my daughter, and all she sees is blood all over my hands, a little girl wrapped in a towel. So she's like, please just go ahead of me. I said, no, it's okay. You know, she's like, no, I insist. Please go ahead of me. And I get it, and I appreciate it. Sympathy for a bloody kid. Now, keep in mind, I know my kid's going to be all right. Yeah. It's just a lot of blood. But the woman doesn't know this. So fill out her stuff. We sit down. The woman eventually fills out her stuff. And I can't tell what's wrong with her. I mean, visibly, there's nothing wrong with her. Okay, so we're all waiting about 15, 20 minutes in. And this woman is now sitting across from me. And I guess maybe her mom had come to the emergency room with her. So she chatted to the woman next to her, and you can audibly hear, like, and when I look over, she kind of grabs her gut, right? And she's trying to be cool, gets up, excuses herself, goes into the bathroom. This happens like 7 times.
Oh, no.
In the next 10 minutes. And I felt so bad because I'm like, she's worse than our kid.
Oh, yeah.
like my daughter will be fine.
It's got a poop.
But I kept feeling, all I could hear is that now. You know, we're not talking much because the daughter's not okay. And like, oh, my God, she has the S's. She has the S's.
What was it that gave you the heebie-jeebies? 844-999-OLA.
I felt bad. I'm like, sorry.
That's got to be terrible. You went to the emergency rooms. You got the runs that bad.
I'm saying it was real bad. Hello, Michael. Welcome to the men's room.
Hola, bitches.
Hola.
Liquor and whores.
Liquor and whores.
So, you want to talk about heebie-jeebies. I may make some people not like chicken so much. I used to have the pleasure and misfortune of working on a pig farm.
All right.
And I don't know if you guys know this, but if a pig tastes blood, they basically crave it. And the pig farm I worked on, they used to actually have full-size Guernsey milkers that would be dropped in a back 40. And within 24 hours of them being dropped off dead, all you could see was a blood spot. Okay? My job was to go out and pick up the other food, which was 55-gallon drums of dead chickens from local chicken farms here in the state, one of which is a major manufacturer of some of the chicken you eat now.
Okay.
Now, keep in mind, this is in the middle of the summer. These chickens have been sitting in these drums for up to a month before I pick them up.
Ugh.
I take them out to the field, back my truck into the field, and start dumping out these dead chickens. And the way they eat, basically, is they rip, tear, and fling. So during the process of doing the feeding of these pigs with these dead chickens, I have got month-old maggots, chicken guts, chicken blood, and everything else flying all over me for almost 6 years.
How much did you make an hour?
I was working for room and board.
God.
Man, I mean, was this like a goddamn 5-star frickin' resort?
No, this is like, I'm talking, there's a farm in this state that was raising hogs for butcher. They were picking up chickens from different farms that raise chickens for butcher in the state. and it was because it was basically like a friend of a friend thing. And we had moved out, and we were helping another guy with his horses, and the other guy owned pigs, and I ended up with the pig farmer side of the coin.
Okay. And you did this for six years? 6 years you did this.
Like 6 or 7 years. No one could make me eat chicken.
You can get sick just walking onto a pig farm.
Yeah, no.
You can get sick walking through a chicken coop. Back where we're originally from, in the Maryland, West Virginia area, there's a lot of chicken farms there, and the waste and everything else. You know poultry. I mean, poultry is it does.
I actually worked on one of my uncle's chicken farms at one time.
And you go in there, it's amazing. They're completely automated.
Yeah, it's not that. They smell like gas.
It's just the waste and everything else that contributes to the pollution of the rivers.
Sure.
But it's great if you're looking to get a good fertilizer for your soil.
I'm curious, what do you do now, man?
I'm in sales now.
Oh, you're in sales?
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. That's a hell of a lot better than
sounds like
feeding pigs dead chicken parts.
It doesn't make me hate chicken, though.
No, not at all, man.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure if I had done his job, I might not eat chicken, but...
I get that. I would not have done that job for 6 years.
What was it that gave you the heebie-jeebies? 844-999-OLA. Hold the line. More of your calls coming up. You are listening to the Men's Room Radio Network.
This is the Men's Room with Miles and Thrill.
Oh, boy. It's cyclosporasis, an intestinal infection caused by... basically a centipede, seen here on a microscope or slide. They infect the small intestines. Yes, it's true. I guess people were getting sick from eating, believe it or not, centipedes.
They're even eating live centipedes.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if you thought that would happen, but there's no way you thought anything beneficial would happen, right?
Infected humans have become infected with a parasite by eating contaminated plants and animals, including snails, slugs, and even monitor lizards. But it's not known yet what is to be caused by eating the centipedes, which have been used in Chinese traditional medicine. So there's a part of it that has to do with that. So they say, hey, look, if you have a parasitic worm, don't eat it. What was it that gave you the heebie-jeebies? 844-999-OLA.
The more you know, Miles.
Yeah.
Hello, Dan. Welcome to the Men's Room.
What is up, guys?
Hola!
Sorry, Ted, this is out of your nightmares. About 10, 15 years ago, we used to go boating up a lot out in the San Juan Islands.
Okay.
And the place we went to had a swimming pool, and so we would swim in the swimming pool or down on the beach all day long because there's nothing else to do. And so we closed the swimming pool down. It was about 10 o'clock at night, walking back to the boat, and there was about 10 guys standing on the dock looking into the water.
Hello.
And then, did you lose me?
Yeah, we got you. Go ahead.
Oh, okay. Do I need to start over again?
No.
There are a bunch of guys on the dock
you're looking into the water, and then you just stop.
So, we walk up, we're like, did someone fall in? And do you guys know what dock worms or pile worms are?
I do not, and I get the feeling I'm going to hate finding out. But no, what are they?
You guys need to Google that. They're about a foot long to 2 feet that looks like a worm/centipede.
And it's just called a dock worm?
Yeah, a pile worm or a dock worm.
All right.
F that.
Cool.
So, picture about a couple of hundred of those in a big mating ball.
Oh.
Just
going to town.
Around, and then every now and then they'd break the surface so it looked like the water was boiling with all these 2-foot-long worms.
So they just orgy it up when they're going to mate?
Yep.
I can dig it.
All right.
But how big was this ball?
Oh, 5 to 10 feet around.
Okay. Yeah.
They're in and out.
Dirty worm in it.
How long did you watch the dirty worms?
A couple minutes. That was actually pretty cool. I like that kind of stuff.
I got an erection.
I like to be a voyeur and watch animals, getting it on.
After 5 minutes, I jumped in and joined them. And I'm going to tell you, you haven't lived until you got into a dock worm orgy.
What was it that gave you the heebie-jeebies? 844-999-OLA.
How about his enjoyment of it?
That was a little weird. I thought it was cool. I was just, what is it called? Strange Evidence, I think's the name of the show. All right, so it's just random videos of crap, and then they explain eventually what it is you're seeing. So I don't remember where it was, somewhere in the States, and they're doing routine sewer maintenance. So they put a camera snake down there, and you're seeing whatever the blockage is. So there's the routine stuff. You see rats, you see some blobs of fat, and then there's this pink thing. It's pretty big, so basically the width of a sewer pipe, and it looks like a heart, right? It's kind of beating. So you're watching the show, and it's about a 7-minute segment, so they go all the things that it could be. Well, it's none of those. And finally, they're like, oh, actually, this is a massive, massive group of worms doing the exact same thing, man. They're mating, but when you see it, you can't see the individual worms. It's just this big pink ball, and then there's enough worms where it kind of looks like sticky stuff on the side to like hold it in place, man. And once they tell you, like, it didn't gross me out until they told me what it was. And I'm like, I should flip the channel. This is not good.
What was it that gave you the heebie-jeebies? 844-999-OLA.
You know the heebie-jeebies are bad when the inside of your mouth itches. Hello, Steve. Welcome to the men's room.
Hola.
Hola.
Okay, so it's like the summer of 1976. I'm like 12. We're living off post in England, and so I got a bunch of English friends. They're a little older than me, 14, 15, 16. I'm 12. So one night that they decided, let's try and get some booze. And one of our neighbors had a bomb shelter in their backyard. This was only like 30 years after World War II. There were still a lot of yards that had bomb shelters. So it was like, bet it up. Let's do it, guys. Caper. And so turns out they're having a cocktail party at the time. But we go on with the plan anyway. We commando-style low crawl into their backyard, into their bomb shelter, and we score. There's a bunch of bottles in this bomb shelter, so we each grab a couple. We low crawl back out, go back to one of our yards, and we're checking out these bottles of wine. Well, of course, most of them have gone to vinegar. They've gone off. But one of them, we can't figure out what it is. It's this sort of dark fluid, and we're kind of looking at it and smelling it. And, well, because I'm the youngest and the only American on the yacht, they're like, go on, Steve, you try it. And so I took a sip and immediately spit it out. It was creosote.
Oh.
And, that's what they, dip telephone poles in to keep worms or anything from eating into them. It's the nastiest. I can still taste it to this day.
I can still taste it to this day.
Creosote.
I can still taste it to this day. What was it that gave you the heebie-jeebies? 844-999-OLA.
Hola! The shenanigans continue on the Men's Room Radio Network.